All right, the first thing that we're going to do when it starts with making hummus is pick up garbanzo beans, also called chickpeas. So this base recipe calls for 2 cans. And this is just so quick and easy to whip together. This is one of those last minuters. You've got people coming over at the last minute. Unlike, a lot of dips that really need to sit in the refrigerator to let the flavor develop, these are good to go right away. And like I say, they're actually pretty healthy. Very healthy, as you can see. No butter, no cream cheese, sour cream, nothing like that. Okay, but they taste fantastic, hummus does, because the beans give it like a nice creamy texture. So it's real important to drain and rinse the beans. Just give them a quick rinse. Drain them real well. And then I like to use my food processor. It's one of those things where sometimes I pull it out, depends on what the job is, and other times it's just one more dish to wash. But for hummus, this is the way to go. It really is quick and easy. You could mash them up by hand if you don't have one of these, or use a mixer, or even a blender. Okay, so in goes our chickpeas, also called garbanzo beans. I've got a few cloves of garlic, and I just want to give it a little bit of a rough chop. The food processor is going to do most of the work, so just use the back of the knife and get it going here. A little bit of salt, 1/4 cup of olive oil. I kind of eyeball it. 1/4 cup of water. Sometimes I'll start with a little and can always add a little bit more. And this is kind of the secret ingredient. This is called tahini. It's a sesame seed paste, and it gives us some great flavor. If you don't have it and you don't want to buy it, you can leave it out. But in most hummus recipes, you're going to find tahini. It's very, very easy to find. It just may be something you're not familiar with. But think peanut butter when they grind up peanuts. This is the same thing. Basically, they take sesame seeds and grind it up, and you kind of have to mix it up a little bit. It's a little bit liquidy. So I'm just going to take some of the hummus, and it gives it a great nutty flavor. So this is a great basic hummus recipe. In my latest cookbook, I do a lemon hummus recipe. So I'm going to show you how to basically take the same recipe and do a lemon hummus, a roasted red pepper hummus, and a pesto hummus, just out of the same base recipe. And then I'm going to show you some fun different dippers. So I'm going to get this going. And you'll know whether you need to add some more olive oil or a little more water. It just depends on how thick you want it. I'm going to do it a little bit thinner than that, so I'm going to add a little more water and a little more olive oil. I want it to dip pretty easily with the vegetables. Hummus is something that actually my daughter Ireland has started to really enjoy, and Bob loves it too. So it may sound weird, and you may say, I don't know about this. Trust me, it's really tasty. I'm just going to check the consistency of it here.
Even I like it.
Anne says even she likes it, so there you go. Then you know it's good. So I'm just doing a little bit more, just thin it out a little bit. Great for, I love, game day or movie night, and you got to have a good dip to be watching in front of the TV. And this is, like I say, one of those that's pretty much guilt-free, so you can dip away. And it's smooth and creamy and wonderful. So the texture on that looks perfect. Okay, so this is the base hummus recipe. Now I'm going to show you a few different ways that we can change it up a little bit. One of the things that we can do is add some fresh lemon juice. So I'm going to take a little bit of it out, and then we'll actually turn it into a few different recipes. And we're going to do some fun different dippers and some fun ways to garnish it. For our pesto hummus, I'm going to toast a few pine nuts to decorate the top. So when we toast nuts, we've talked about that before, just some of the pine nuts in a dry skillet, and I'm going to keep an eye on them. As far as some of the fun dippers go, I love using pita chips, fresh vegetables, and then I love the pita flatbreads. There's a really good restaurant that I've been going to for years in downtown Green Bay called Cafe Espresso, and they have terrific hummus, and they serve it with warm sliced pita bread that they grill up, and boy, it makes a real difference when you kind of take it to the next level and grill it up. So it's very easy to do. So a little olive oil, and I'm just going to get that down on the grill, and Anne's going to make sure I don't forget about the nuts or the pita bread, right? Anne? Okay. All right, let's get back to the hummus. So this is our base hummus. I'm going to take a little bit of it out so that I can turn it into a few different recipes here. And then we're first going to make our lemon hummus. And lemon hummus is just as easy as adding some fresh lemon juice. And this is actually my favorite. This is my favorite way to have hummus, is to keep it pretty simple, pretty natural, but add quite a bit of fresh lemon juice. You can even do some lemon zest in there if you really want to pump up the flavor, which I think I will. Why not? And now when you go to the grocery store, they have all these different flavored hummuses, and it's pretty good at the grocery store. It's come a long way. I remember when they first came out with it, it was like, ooh, this is not near as good as the homemade stuff. Now it's come a long way, but I'm telling you, it's easier and cheaper to make it yourself, and it's just that much better. And you can make some of these fun flavors yourself. So lemon juice and a little lemon zest, and I like to go a little heavy on this. I mean, we really want to taste the lemon in here. So I'm going to do a little more juice. So Anne, you really like hummus? I have to tell you, I'm surprised. I'm going to fish my one seed out of there. Yeah, I know. And if, like I say, if I can get Ireland to eat it and kids to eat it, then you know it's good. Here's the top of my food processor. Okay, so here's our lemon hummus. Again, just a little bit of lemon zest and a little bit of lemon juice. Checking on my pita bread here. I want to get some new, nice. Boy, what a difference it makes when you warm it up. It really brings it back to life. Okay, so this one I'm just going to serve with some pita chips, and then maybe garnish it with a little lemon slice so that people know it's a lemon hummus. And it would be fun at a party to actually serve the different types of hummus. So there's our lemon hummus, and I just picked up a bag of pita chips, already done for you. Makes a really quick, easy snack. Surround the hummus by some chips. A little bit of sliced lemon. I've got one right here. And there you go. Snack number one. All right, so we've got our lemon hummus. Now, thank you, Anne. Checking on my pine nuts. They got a little overdone, but a few of them are okay. We just needed a few for the top, so we're going to be okay on that. Check our pita. All right, now I'm going to get to work on the pesto hummus. We've got a little bit of the lemon hummus remaining in there, and lemon and pesto go well together, so I'm just going to add a little more hummus to our food processor. And this is as easy as just if you make your own pesto, which in the summer, you know, a lot of people I know make pesto with fresh basil and garlic and Parmesan cheese, but if it's out of season or you don't happen to have any fresh pesto around, Just picked up a jar of pesto. You could add a little bit of extra Parmesan cheese if you wanted, but this is going to give it a really nice flavor with the garlic and everything in there. And this is my producer Abby's favorite. She said, oh, you got to make pesto hummus. So Abby, this is for you. This one smells really, really good. And so we're just going to take, again, some of the pesto hummus. I'm going to drizzle a little olive oil. We could do a little Parmesan cheese on the top. And I love to take one base recipe like this and get a few different fun recipes from it. Hey, wanted to mention, I get questions all the time. We'd love to meet you. We'd love to come see you in person. So actually, please do. Next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, March 2nd and 3rd, I've got a couple of different cooking demos. I'm going to be at the Fond du Lac Ag Showcase in Fond du Lac, which is at the fairgrounds. And oh my gosh, had a great time there last year. So I'm going to be doing a cookbook signing and cooking up some of my fun spring recipes from my cookbook. And then on Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock, I'm going to be in Kiel at the home show there. There's a home expo there, so hopefully we'll see you there on Sunday, which is March 3rd. Okay, so I'm just going to garnish this with a little bit of the pine nuts. And then for this, I thought we could do some fun different veggies. Think outside the box when it comes to doing different vegetables. Instead of just the usual, we're going to do some carrots here, which are pretty usual, but think about cucumbers and doing some red pepper, and sugar snap peas are also really fun to do. As far as dipping goes. You know, you want kids to eat those vegetables. You want to eat your vegetables and don't be bored with it. Change things up a little bit. I love using, you know, the bright color. And these are just come in a bag. They already have the strings. They're stringless sugar snap peas. So something really fun. Toasting up our bread, getting little grill marks there to serve with our pesto hummus, and very, very pretty. So these are a fun thing to put on a veggie and dip tray. Give them a try, and I think the kids will like them. And you don't need to cook them. You just eat them raw. So zucchini, summer squash, lots of different things to put on those veggie trays. Red pepper, yellow pepper. All right, one more hummus recipe we're going to do, and this one is roasted red pepper hummus. And again, we don't need to clean out the food processor. All these flavors are actually, you know, we had a little garlic in there, a little lemon. It's all going to be fine. So we're going to take the remainder of the hummus. I'm making a big mess, aren't I? Yes. And then I picked up a jar of roasted red pepper. You could certainly roast your own red pepper. But we're going to keep things really easy here. I'm going to get these pitas off so we can cut them up. So just a jar of roasted red pepper. In with our hummus. It's going to give it a really great color, and this is a very popular flavor. We'll just do one of them. I feel like I'm wrapping a present, and every time I turn around, I lose the tape, you know what I mean, and the scissors. I'm losing the top of my food processor. Okay. This one is fantastic. So again, another different fun way that you can change up ordinary hummus just by adding a little bit of roasted red pepper. I take a pizza cutter, just cut this into wedges, serve this around your hummus, and we'll get some of that hummus in there. And there you have it. Hummus 3 different ways: roasted red pepper, lemon hummus, and pesto hummus. All the recipes that you see today you can find on our website. You can also pick up at any area festival food. So this is a fun snack. It's really, really delicious, and it's pretty much guilt-free too. Stick around, more great snack ideas, from popcorn to spiced nuts to cookies. Lots of great snacks coming up, so stay with us.